Too hot. Okay. Let's.
So my voice is audible, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Too hot. All right, let's do this. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Leo's here, CEO and founder of 𝗿𝗚𝗍 Educations. In today's podcast, I have with me another student from our job coaching program, Mr. Narasimha, who has recently landed an estimating role after joining our job coaching program. And the reason why I bring him on the show today to share with you his journey with us, what has he learned from it, and what did we do to support him in landing this role. Now, Narasimha, for those who do not know about you, can you quickly introduce yourself, who you are, what have you studied, and what job were you looking for?
Yeah. So firstly, hi for everyone. My name is Narasimha. I'm a qualified civil engineer from Melbourne. And I also done my master's in construction management from Deakin University. And also I hold a bachelor's in civil engineer. So I was struggling to land a job from past 6 months, and I was looking for estimator role, site engineer role, and contract admin role, all kind of role, project coordinator role, all kind of role, all kind of job roles I was looking after graduating from my master's degree. So yeah.
Okay. And obviously, you came to us because you had a very hard time. Tell
Yeah.
everybody, what were some of the odd jobs you were doing prior to landing this
So
role?
yeah. So before landing this job, I used to work in a fuel station as a team member, so to manage my living expenses. And after graduating, also I continued as a team member to manage my living expenses here. So parallelly, I was looking for the jobs to apply in my related role. So it's
Yeah,
getting really hard for me to find a suitable role initially.
for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. And obviously, you are an engineer by trade, and then you were doing all these odd jobs. How
Yeah.
does that make you feel to get stuck in these odd jobs?
So actually, initially when I joined in this odd job, I was feel very depressed kind of thing. So what I came and what I am doing, I was not satisfied in my life, and I was not convinced with the way of work. But initially, later, due to manage my living expenses, I was convinced to manage these jobs. But finally, when I'm done with my masters, I reduced my working hours in the odd jobs, and I was more focused to search my um, career profession, related to my career profession. But initially, I couldn't find any leads or any responses from the employers.
Yes, yes. And I think what you just said, that really resonate with a lot of the viewers, because many migrants or international students, after they graduate, they are stuck in the odd jobs. They try and try and try, but nothing really works out for them. So tell them as well about how many jobs, Narasimha, have you applied prior to joining our coaching program?
So before graduating, I applied nearly 70 to 80 jobs. And after graduating, I applied nearly 150 jobs. So during this program, uh, yeah, so I couldn't get any responses from the employees as well, because whenever I applied during odd times, I used to get rejection mail during morning, early morning, 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. I used to get rejection mails. I couldn't understand what's happening with my applications, and I was very confused. Is I am going on the right way, or is I am doing the right thing? I was very confused during before joining this program.
For
And
sure.
yeah.
And I think that um, you, because you got rejected so often before joining our program, I think it also makes you a little bit disappointed
Different, yeah,
and
disappointed.
depressed. So
Yeah.
what was the emotion, or what was the thoughts going through your mind when you keep getting rejected again and again?
So most of the times when I got rejection mails, I was very depressed, and I was thinking of to stop my career in Australia and leave back to my country. I got some positions thoughts in that way as well. But the way you guys supported, and I got constant support from TNE and you as well. But that was I can't say with my words, because when I was in my down, Teeny would be supporting me all the time, calling me, "What was the update? What was the update?" That's the most of the good thing I was got from you guys. I could say that thing.
Yes, yes, yes. So we can clearly see that you were down, but then obviously we understand that it's just part of the journey,
Yeah,
and you can't stop. So it is
yeah,
so crucial that me and Tiani intervene at the right time to keep
yeah,
pushing you and encouraging you. So obviously after that, you join our program, and I guess you have learned a lot of things
yeah, of
from our
course.
program. So what do you think are the biggest three takeaways from our job coaching program that made a lot of difference to you that has helped you land this role?
So, firstly, I would say cold calling, and secondly, the way of you approaching the employers and the way you are connecting with them, and
Mm,
thirdly, walk-ins. So these are the three things I learned from this job code, which helped me to secure this job as well. And
beautiful.
yeah, these are the three things mainly I would say helped me to secure this land job as well.
Yes, yes.
Because yeah,
Let's just go through one by one. Let's talk about cold call because I think for a lot of the viewers watching this, cold calling is a very new concept. So
yeah,
before joining this program, did you actually know how to cold call the employers?
yeah. So to be frank, before joining this program, initially during my masters, I tried a cold calling with my own. Before I doesn't know how to cold call and how to speak with them. To be frank, and during my first trimester or second trimester for internships, I tried approaching the companies, some of the companies, but they rejected due to my visa conditions and due to my experience. Some of them rejected. And later I thought that so it's really hard to get a job during course of the job. So I left to cold call or approaching the employers. And later, after joining this program, I got a script which would be really helpful all the time. I used to notice that script and cold call the companies, and I would introduce myself and tell more about myself. So it really helpful for me to know
Yes.
more about me.
Yes, and I think that because you did the cold call, it also really impressed the employer as
Yeah,
well. Tell
yeah.
tell them
Because
about how you impressed the employer via the phone.
so initially when I called the employer, so I introduced myself with the cold call script, and he was very happy that I just mentioned all the things about myself and what I am looking and what all conditions I was looking for. And later he mentioned that so you can apply with the seek.com. And yeah, I initially applied, and later I follow up with them with the same script later. And he also happy with that. And after 1 or 2 weeks, I got a call from the employer as well, so, saying that we would like to invite and before that I went for walk-in as well to get a connection with the employer and the director.
Nice.
But yeah, initially they refused because director was busy, so you can't get an appointment. And later, after 1 week, I guess, I got a call from the employer that I was they are happy to go for an interview with me. And later I went an interview. I mentioned all the things I know, and they are happy. And they also invited for me for a trial as well. In the trial, I went for 2 days, and they are really happy that I was learning very quickly. And I just got a call today, and I was selected. So that was the thing. And the most funniest part is in the job description they mentioned they were looking for some of the most experienced for the job role, but I doesn't have any kind of Australian experience and the geotechnical degree or structural engineering. But the main thing is I got bachelor's degree, so they are very happy with that, with my basic technical skills, and they're happy to hire me and train me as well.
Fantastic, fantastic. You know what? What you just said, Narasimha, you made it sound very simple, but in
Yeah,
reality, it's not that
it's
simple,
yeah,
right?
it's not that simple.
There's so much steps involved, and
Yeah,
it was really you did a lot of different things and bits by
yeah.
bits, right?
Yeah, to be frank, all the steps was mentioned and guided by you only. I followed, and I got secured the job, to be frank.
Okay, now tell them about the script because when you call them, I believe that you also ask them some qualifying question as well,
Yeah,
and you address some of the concerns that you've got,
yeah,
and I believe that those questions are very intelligent question,
Yeah.
and that got the
Yeah.
employer attention. So what kind of questions that you asked them when you rang
So
the employer?
So as per the job description, they were seeking for some experienced kind of people. So the qualifying question I asked for, are you guys happy to hire freshers and try looking for any experienced people? I mentioned. He mentioned that he's happy to hire freshers as well, and he's happy to train the freshers. And I asked for my visa condition as well. Are you looking for any PR or any other kind of people? And he said that we are not looking for any PR, but and even I mentioned that I got 5 years visa, so in the meantime I can get my PR as well. So they are very happy with that, and the other thing is and the softwares they mentioned. I doesn't know some of the softwares they mentioned, and I said that I can do a quickly short course, so that yeah, they are happy with that as well.
Yes, yes. So, guys, for the viewers watching this, what Narasimha asked, we call them qualifying questions as well as magic questions, and these are very powerful questions that if you ask the employer correctly, it will for sure separate you apart from the other competitions, which again, in this case, he did very, very well. Telling them about the pitch as well, Narasimha, because one of the first things that when you join us is we prepare you very well for your elevator pitch. How important is your pitch when you speak to the employers or when you met them for an interview?
Yeah. So initially when I joined, Leo prepared me a pitch to speak with the employees or during walk-ins as well. So it helped me a very lot in a lot of the situations to speak with the employees. So before this program, when we used to introduce yourself, we just mentioned that our name and our hobbies, other things we would be mentioning, but it doesn't really helpful for them what we are talking about. So after getting our finalized speech, it really helpful to speak with the employees, and they will be knowing everything about our resume and our skills and our projects we have done during our bachelor's and everything.
Yes.
It would be really helpful. Yeah.
And it also makes you feel more confident.
Confident. Yeah. When we speak with because we have a fixed script, we will be speaking with the employees. So every time, no need to think about the new script or new pitch for speaking with the employees.
For sure. So for the viewers watching this, they might think, oh, Narasimha, I think I can just pick up the phone and just randomly say things to the employers. I don't really have to learn it. Do you think cold calling an employee is actually a technique that you have to learn?
Yeah, of course, it's a technique. So when we call by ourselves, we doesn't know whether we are going on the right track or whether we are speaking right technical questions or any other things. When we are under any other guidance or monitor person, so we can get that perfect training with them, and we can know our correct and pros and cons with them. So I would suggest getting a training from Leo. It would be really helpful. I could say that.
For sure, man. You know what? When I first obviously trained you, I can see that you were very shy on the phone. You were reluctant.
Yeah, of course.
You were really making a lot of mistakes on the phone.
Yeah.
But I
And
can see you
to be
progress.
frank, after joining the program as well, for the first 5 weeks, I guess, I haven't done any active progress, to be frank. 5 weeks or 6 weeks, I haven't done any active progress because due to some my part-time commitments and other stuff, I haven't done any active commitment. But even though you guys have been pushing continuously behind me and asking for the updates, asking for the any applications today, that was really impressed for me, because most of the cases, to be frank, most of the international students will be blaming that we can't get a job without due to our experience. That's all kind of nonsense, because most of the people doesn't apply constantly on for the jobs they are looking for, and no proper update on the resume, anything. So due to that reason, they might be lacking behind. So that might be the reason as well.
Absolutely. And I think it is important that you have someone to hold you accountable,
Yeah, of
because
course.
it is so easy for you to be lost in your hot jobs and other commitments that you've got. So that's why it's our priority to keep reminding you and keep giving you support. how important it is that we keep asking you to show us your work, even though you have all kinds of excuses. How important it is that we chase after you.
Yeah. So because after constantly pushing up, we think that we are lagging behind other students, and we need to push ourselves for the applying jobs and tracking the applications. That's the most constant support from Leo and Tini. Those that was really, I was impressed with their support, because they might be having different number of students, but even though they will be monitoring everyone and asking for the updates, asking for the feedback, any improvement in your applications. So that's really impressed, because if I was in a Leo position, I can't handle these many students, to be frank.
Yeah, we have at one stage we could have about 40 students in one batch, right?
Yeah.
But to us, you guys are, everyone is different,
Yeah,
and
of
we
course.
have to give you support in a personalized manner, because
Yeah.
we don't treat you like just a number. And I see a
Yeah.
lot of organizations, that's what they do. Is
Yeah.
once they get you guys on board, they just teach you and they just leave
Yeah.
you in your own device and do whatever
Yeah.
you want to do. And I don't do that,
Yeah,
right?
of course. Every time and I want to say one more thing. Every time I get one-on-one support with Leo and Tini as well, if required, and they will be constantly support all the time whenever you require. You can just call away. You can just call them and ask for the any feedback, anything, any feedback or any suggestion with
Yeah.
them. Yeah,
True,
just
and
one
I think
call.
sometimes on the weekend as well. I think on the
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah. Even Teeny got my interview preparation on weekend. She was even to be frank, I called her at 8 o'clock. I only disturbed her sleep, and I woken up.
Now, do
Yeah,
you think you can find this sort of support anywhere else than us?
I guess no, Leo.
Of course not. And I remember
Yeah,
sometimes when you have some rejections, then
yeah,
I have to send you some testimonials of our
yeah.
student who got the job, and I'm
Students,
like,
yeah, of course.
Narasimha, don't give up, man. Don't give up.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
So when I was down after rejections, I used to get testimonials videos or any other feedback from the Leo. Don't give up. So that pushes me upwards to applying more jobs, and you can do it. You can do it. Some of the times when I spoke with Tina, also I mentioned that, Tina, I was very depressed, and I was confused whether I was going on the right way, whether I was able to achieve or not. That I was depressed. So Teeny convinced most of the students are in this case. Don't worry, you can find your right employer. You can achieve. You're doing on all the things are on the right way. So don't confuse and don't think of anything else. So keep your mind peace. That's the only thing she used to support me all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is so awesome. Now, you also talking about walking in as well, Narasimha, because
yeah,
it is one of the techniques that I taught you
yeah.
in our program. How important is walking in, and do you think that by walking in to this very employer, you actually show them your enthusiasm? What do you think about that?
So walking in is one of the most important thing when you're looking for active applications. So to be frank, I haven't done much walk-ins for the companies, and I just walked in for 10 to 15 companies, I think, and in that a few of them were online applications which I applied, and I just went for walk-in. So some of them were very impressed that you were very interested for the job role, and they took my details as well. But due to some experience, and they got better candidates, so they haven't hired me. But later, I got a mail like, we are very impressed with your walk-in and showing interest for us. If there is any future applications, we would really like to consider for the job role. And that's the most important thing I learned from the Leo, because previously I doesn't know how to go for walk-in, and I was very introvert person, to be frank. I was very nervous whether if I go for walk-in, whether they will be judge me with my application, or whether uh, they will be rude. So these kind of questions I would be getting all the time. But later, after getting a constant support and a constant feedback from Leo, so I've done some of the walk-ins. But due to that walk-in only, I secured this job as well, to be frank.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because how many people actually took their time to confidently walk in tell the
Yeah.
employer who they are, express their interest, and not just that, saying the right thing as well, right?
Yeah.
And I think you've done exactly that. Then you also talking about follow-up as well, Narasimha, because
Yeah.
that's one of the things that we taught you in the program.
Program.
Do you
Yeah.
feel that follow-up is very important?
Yeah, of course, Leo. Follow-up is one of the most important key when you are applying for the jobs. So before joining this program, I doesn't have any follow-up for the employees. And I doesn't know, are we supposed to go for follow-up as well? And after this program, we used to follow all the applications what we applied, and we used to get instant feedback from the employers as well. So that's the most important thing you need from the in the job applications when you're going with. So without instant feedback or instant follow-up, you can't achieve what you're looking for. So after applying the job and waiting for the result, it might take months, 1 month or 2 months. So waiting for the single applications, you're wasting a lot of time without follow-ups. I would really recommend to go for follow-ups with
For
in
sure,
this
for
program.
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And then not to forget the interview preparation, Narasimha,
Yeah,
because I
Leo.
think that was also quite important.
Yeah, one
Now
of the
tell them about
important.
how was our interview preparation for you, and was that helping you a lot?
Yeah. So to be frank, I got a call from on Friday evening, and I mentioned it with the Leo, and they schedule an interview call because on Saturday they won't be working. But for me, they adjusted their time schedule and they got me interview training with the tips and what questions employee might ask you and how you need to answer. That's the
Mm.
most important thing before you're going for an interview, because it makes you feel confident and feel answer without any gaps in the questions, and it really helpful for me as well while
Sure.
going for an interview.
And not just that, the questions that we prep you to ask the
Yeah.
employers as well,
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
Leo.
Which is very intelligent question. Telling them about how I asked you to do the trial thing and how helpful was that?
So to be frank, so trial is one of the important thing also to get me this job. So initially, when I done with my interview, I asked the employer, "Are you happy with my interview and when I can start?" He mentioned that we got another potential candidate as well. So after interviewing her, so we can decide who might be choosing you. So in that scenario, I was thought that he mentioned he got some most experienced people than me because I doesn't have any Australian experience.
Yep.
So for that reason, I proposed a trial for them. I can go for 1 or 2 weeks trial. So later you can decide whether I can proceed with my application or not. So he was really happy with that, and he offered me a trial for 2 days as well. And I went and I projected myself, and they are really happy with my work.
Yep.
And today I got a call for my job.
Man, that's so powerful. Now, do you think you would be able to ask this question if you had not joined our
Absolutely,
program?
absolutely not, Leo. Because I was after, to be frank, without joining your program, I would be end up with the job applications only. So I doesn't do any tracking applications, any cold calling, any walk-ins, any
Well,
proposals. I doesn't do any of them. I would be only tracking the real-time application. So this program really helped me a lot to improve myself as well, because I was an introvert person.
mm,
So it helped me a lot to secure this job
for sure,
proposal.
for sure. And how does it make you feel now, Narasimha, to
I
be
was
able
really
to
happy, Leo. I couldn't say any words more than thank you. But unfortunately, I couldn't get a chance to meet you. I guess probably after vacation we can get a chance.
yeah,
I can
then
get
come to our
to meet.
office. We'll have a
Yeah,
quick chat in the office.
yeah. I can get a chance to meet you probably.
And do
Thanks to
you
Leo and Teeny.
oh, you're
I
welcome,
could
man.
I would really love to say that.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And do you think that this job definitely one is going to help you with your career, but two, do you think it's going to help you with your visa as well, to stay
Yeah,
here permanently?
yeah, of course, Leo. If they are happy with my work for the next if I was continuing for more than 2 years, they are happy to sponsorship for my PR as well. If they was impressed with my work, I guess they would be really sponsor for my visa as well.
Yeah.
So I would really say this. It really
Yeah.
helped me a
So
lot.
for now, you just have to give it your best, do your
Yeah,
best, and
yeah,
Everything else will follow.
And one more thing is, even if you don't have enough skills, enough talent, most of the companies and employees are really happy to hire you and train you as well. So that's but most of the job applications you need to go for offline, and they're happy to go for training as well. But most of the people think that you're not enough confident to secure work in these jobs, and you can't uh, manage their workload. All
Yeah.
these kind of things people might be thinking, but don't take stress much. You can join any company. They might be willing to train you, and you can get the Leo coaching as well. He might be able to help you to secure a job as well. I would really say that.
Yes. So last question here, Narasimha, is for those who are watching this and they are thinking, should they join our job coaching program or not? What would you say? Would you recommend them to join? And if yes, give me 2 to 3 reasons why they should join our program.
So firstly, I would really recommend Leo for joining this program. So first point is, most of the people don't know how to go for a cold calling or walk-ins. And secondly, you don't have any finalized pitch as well. And thirdly, you doesn't know how to go for a proper follow-up. And fourthly, walk-ins technique. So these are the most important techniques Leo will be teaching you during this program. It would be really helpful to secure your dream job,
Yes.
as I secured my dream job as well.
And also, I think a lot of the viewers, they might think that, oh, I don't need any extra support. I can do it on my own. How important it is to have an extra support to like us to always be there for you guys and keep pushing you. How important it is.
So to be frank, when you're doing by your own, you doesn't know whether you're going on your right path, or you doesn't know whether your techniques are working out, and you doesn't know your pros and cons of the application. And the most important thing is, you need to personalize your resume and cover letter as per the job description that really Leo will be teaching you in this job coaching program. So it would be really helpful to join this program. I would really recommend this job program, to
All
be
right, my
frank.
friend. Thank you so much, Narasimha. You know what? You make me very happy. It was a great day, and it was a very hot day. It was a very hot day, and then you gave me this good news. So it is a good news in a very hot day. So I'm very pleased. And
And I need to be really thankful, Leo. So without you and Teeny, I would be not able to secure this job, to be frank. And the
I'm very
constant
pleased.
support from you and from your team, your team, it really helpful.
Yeah,
When
because
you're even down, also you would be getting that constant support.
yeah.
That's really thankful, Leo. Thanks
Oh,
for
you're
that.
welcome. Because every day when me and Tiani and my team meet together, and we always say, "What's happening with Narasimha? What's going on with this guy?"
Yeah, of
And
course.
that's what we discuss about. What we gonna do? How we can keep this guy going? What's extra support we can do every day? And so as much as you are happy, we also very happy.
Yeah, I'm really happy with your coaching, and I was really impressed with that.
And which package did you join us for those who are curious?
So I joined interview guarantee gold package.
Gold package, right?
Yeah, gold
And
package.
do you think that's a great investment considering the...
Yeah, it's really great investment. So most of the people think that they can manage all the things, but you can't, to be frank.
Okay. Thank you so much, Narasimha. You have a great day. Stay in touch.
Thank
And
you.
when we're back in the new year, come by and say hi, man. Come to our office.
Yeah,
Come and
sure.
say
I
hi.
will be when you're back.